Sit down. Why don't you start with the introductions? And we've got some new people here. Make sure you get to know them. I keep telling people we're the friendliest club in Michigan, so don't let me down. Tom, start us off. We want a name. If you have a call sign, give us that. And where do you live? Not your address, but Cadillac City.
You want my prison address?
No, not your prison number.
Okay. Tom, WB8, WIV, or better known as WB8 Whiskey and Vodka. We Wolverine that. In Cadillac. I live here in Cadillac.
Jordan, KFADIJ, Cadillac.
Rich, KD8, UMS, and Cadillac.
Ed, November 8, Echo Delta, in Cadillac.
Ursel, KC8, HJU, Cadillac.
Randy,
KD8, AGI.
Scott?
Scott Buckmaster, Cadillac.
Going to be a hand.
Try.
All right, we'll help you.
My name is Ken, WA8BES, and I live over by Woodward Lake.
Rich, K8MFC, I'm out of Cadillac too.
Glass, K8LES, Cadillac. Forgot that.
Steve, W8SJS, Cadillac.
Bill. Ron. Bill, Cadillac.
Jeff, NAJAP in beautiful Cadillac, Michigan.
NADJ, Cadillac.
Bill, KC8 OTJ, also known as On the Job, Cadillac.
Gordon, WACT, Lake City.
Mike, KFADCR, Cadillac.
Lee, KD8 UVN, Cadillac.
Brandy, KC8TXS, Cadillac.
Van, W8LKV, Tustin. I belong to Leah.
Amen.
Okay, and a special welcome, Bill, Scott, Ed. I hope we don't scare you off. You'll come back next month. And if they're scared, you might need to move to a different table.
got the good coffee today?
That's supposed to say.
Well, we knew they were coming, so we got the good mugs and all that. So, you know.
Actually, the church threw out the paper ones, and we got the big cups now.
All right, I guess I need to officially call this meeting to order, and we will start with the reading of the minutes. Brandy, you're up.
The president's report that the swap in Traverse City was a go. There was a rumor otherwise. We did do some discussion of our swap setup. I'm not going to go through that because I'm sure we will again. April 18th is World Amateur Radio Day. We will be doing a POTA, Parks on the Air station at the White Pine Trailheads. Lee is organizing that. We had an update on the airport community pavilion. They've had to adjust the floor plan to reduce costs and reflect what monies were available to them. We talked about other places they could get funds and that we still would have space for storage / radio. There's a bus trip originating in Ann Arbor to go to the Dayton Hamvention. Van has information on that. We will be having a presentation on Mesh Tech, and last month we had a No Math Smith chart presentation by Gordy. The meeting was adjourned at 7:18 p.m.
Thank you. I move we accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll go with that. Thank you, Brandy. Lee, financial. Can't find them, Lee.
We just have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Do it the old-fashioned way.
You can't find them?
Well,
You're kidding.
all right. Now you're going to test me. Here we go. We go here. We go here. We put KD8UV. Yeah. January. So, just talk amongst yourselves.
Are we taking that?
You're probably going to need to.
We got the hands.
You've got your handout. They've got the handout.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, we
we sold 11 tables so far for our Ham Fest, so that's a good start. Our new member wants to talk. But anyway, if you look at February, you got income, gifts was 0, no gifts, dues $45, income was 16, that was the 50-50. The swap was 0 in February, coax 0. Rent, we paid $100 for rent for the church. And utilities, $23.71. And that's pretty much it. So our ending balance in our checkbook is $1,449.53. Well, that's what it was at the end of the month. So that, I don't use, and I mentioned this before, and I'll just tell you again, I don't keep a register. I just, this is it. So, you know, once a month or so, I check the bank statement online. I check it to see if it matches this. If it doesn't, I figure out what's wrong. It's only happened one time. There's off like 50 cents. So anyway, so then if you look at the summary, and that's a new spreadsheet that I added as of the first of the year. We got January, and it shows, you know, go all the way across. It's just like the other, except and it shows your expenses. It doesn't income and expense. And then February matches the other side as far as the totals. Well, you got it. Yay!
Well, your net income, Lee, you show it as negative.
That's right.
So we're going to be in the hole. Is that what you're projecting?
Well, here's where we're at. We've got $1,400 basically in the checkbook.
Okay.
But so far for the year, we're in the hole. Okay. But we got the Ham Fest coming up. That's where we make our money.
Have we gotten any vendors for this one?
We have 11.
No, you've got tables, but do we have any of the vendors, or is that just individuals?
The creative embroidery, if we can help them move their equipment, said they will be there. I don't have any contact information for Roger, who has the 7 tables, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be there. Beyond that, no.
I have his phone number if you want it.
Do you really? Yes. Please,
I have a business card.
Give it to me before you leave tonight if you don't mind.
Well, I don't have it with me. I'll text it when I get home.
Fine.
So to follow up on Melissa's question, you're projecting a deficit of $1,400 at the end of the year?
No.
Right now we have like...
No. Look, at the end of February, if this was a P&L,
Yep.
you start off the beginning of the year, we're in the hole, $1,467. And we are every year, but you guys never knew that because this is a new report.
But we're not, because you can't carry a negative balance in a checking account.
The checking account is on the other side.
Okay.
$1,449. That's a little different. That's what's in our bank account. That's not how much we pay.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, and you don't budget anything for the ham swap.
I don't budget.
Okay,
Well, I budget for the church.
Okay.
I'm not budgeting for this.
I got it.
But what's gonna happen is, and every year, we make a couple $1,000s or so on the Ham Fest, and then we're healthy again.
Got it.
So anyway, I just thought we should know where we're at, okay? That's why I added that extra spreadsheet. Thanks for the questions. It is a little confusing. So anyway, anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay.
Motion to approve, Gordy. Bill has a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's passed. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Keep your job another month.
Oh, man. It's a high-paying job, too.
Move on to President's report.
No budget.
We're gonna have to have Elon look into our treasurers.
Just for the fun of it,
Oh, Elon.
I am implementing something called
He'd
the
fire me.
President's Challenge. Okay? And just for fun, just to give you an excuse to get on the air a little more, there's no rules, there are no logs, there are no entry fee, there are no prizes except for the first one. First one, beginning today. Work as many states as you can, any band, any mode, any power, legal. No repeaters. And just keep a running tally. Let's say you work 11 states. And if you're the highest, and I only work 10, then I will pay your membership fee for a year.
Oh, boy.
Okay? So, jump in there, have some fun with it. April,
Question, can you activate it?
do whatever you want, any way you want to get,
Okay.
you know, turn your computer on FT8, let it run for the next month. I mean, whatever it takes. April, 5 watts or less. You can turn your transceivers down. I experimented once and was operating at 1 watt with some guy down in South America. 5 watts or less, same thing. Just keep a running tally. Email or text me. No prize.
Does 2 meters count?
Pardon me?
I'm sorry, does 2 meters count? If it's
Yes, as
sideband?
long as it's not a repeater.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Work as many stations. May, alternative power. Anything but plug it into your main. Okay?
Oh, that's easy.
You POTA people have an advantage there with your batteries. June, work as many special event stations as you can.
Oh, boy. I know who's gonna win that.
Okay? And then July, if you go to QRZ, when you work somebody, you look in the detail and tell you how far away they are.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Let's see who can get the farthest. All right? This is just for fun. You don't have to do
Does
it.
EME count?
How far is it to the moon?
250,000 miles? And I can make a contact at a whim.
Does the little green man answer
I
you?
think we need a motion to disqualify Gordy from the distance.
I'll make the motion, sir.
No, it's open in any mode. If you want to do it,
I will not do that to you.
Just sold your stuff.
any
No,
questions? It's just for fun. Yeah, all right.
That's cool.
What else we got here? Spring fling. Every spring, we get together at Lakeside Charlie's.
You got covered up.
Lakeside Charlie's. If you want to go, sign up. If you're bringing a guest or 2 or 3, just put a number of guests down, pass it around. It's going to be Tuesday, April 8th. We usually have a good time there.
Nice dinner too.
Okay, we've got an opportunity next fall to provide an after-school activity for kids at Lake Macatawa or Macatawa Trail Middle School. At the most, it would be 6 times. It can be. They want a minimum of 4. They have a grant. There's money available. So if we wanted to buy, say, a radio kit to build, like a crystal kit, lesson guide for getting your license, whatever. If you're interested, let me know.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Oh, okay. Anybody else want to get put on the list of who to contact? I got the idea I should mention from CAMS. They're doing something, right, Ken?
Yes, we are.
Have you started yet?
April 1st.
Oh,
For 6 consecutive Tuesdays.
okay.
No fooling.
We'll kind of learn from him. All right, for them. World Amateur Radio Act Day, The day is actually Friday the 18th, but I thought if after coffee, anybody who wanted, we're going to gather. We don't have it nailed down yet. The city wants to charge us money to be on their property, so we're going to probably be on the library lawn, maybe the AmVets parking lot. It's going to be a POTA-like event. Lee's kind of heading it up. We'll probably operate from noon to 4 o'clock or something like that. So put that on your calendar, show up and sit in. What else we got here? I think that might be. Yeah, that's it. Open mic. Van.
I got on the Great Lakes Division News, the last one, and you speak of distance and location, anybody can get on and can Google amateur radio license map, those 4 words, and you end up in the program that Ross KT1F made that shows where people's licenses are, you know, where people are. So you put in a license call, you put in WA8LKV, and they'll put me down in the Jack Pine Savage area of Tusta. And you can manipulate the map searching. I didn't do that because I was too busy spelled. Well, anyway.
L-A-Z-Y.
But anyway, you just Google amateur radio license map and it will come up and you can find where any active license is located.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Now, I don't know how far that goes, how big, but at least it's here.
That's interesting, thank you.
It's very cool. Now, do you think I might be able to do that? What are we supposed to Google?
Amateur radio license map. I Googled that and I got the program.
Is this it?
Yes.
Okay, let's put Gordy in there. W-A-C-T. He doesn't exist. Wait a second, where'd he go?
There he is.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Get on the money,
Right there.
right on the boat we're going on Lake Wexaukee.
All right, let's get another lake dweller.
And you can also get the grid squares in there.
Call sign on there too. Bring the map back down, Lynn.
Oh, okay.
There's something there in Lake City. See that red dot?
KC4ETH. You know that?
Bombard. He's not active, he's retired Navy. Dick Bombard.
Oh, my goodness.
I was gonna say, if you move it around, you can see all of them. You know,
Wow, look at that.
All right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Any other open mic? Gordy, you had
My usual plug for Air Force Mars or Army Mars, if anybody is interested, get in touch with me and I will see that you get pointed in the right direction. I thoroughly enjoy Mars. Tim enjoys Mars. My son-in-law's in Mars. You know, it's something you do with your radio besides talk on the repeater. And you can be a full Mars member with a technician ticket. You don't have to have a general class. So. And you get those frequencies. You get all the military classes.
Just, Gordy and I are as prepared as we can get for the testing. There's an announcement out on the webpage. We're registered, we're waiting for our materials, but other than we're getting close. If anybody is interested in testing, will be out there.
one other thing that I just want to throw out, because I keep doing this and I don't get any takers. Our webpage needs help. It's not a reflection on the current person that's handling it. She did it, it was Bill's daughter-in-law, but it's not being kept up. If you go there right now, you'll see that we're promoting Kids Talk to Santa. That was a few months ago. I'm looking for a webmaster, somebody who will just, it's not that much work, but I just think we need to control that ourselves. I think we'll also be looking for a new host, a little less expensive. If you're good at stuff like that and are interested, let me know. If we're going to have a web page, we better keep it updated. Otherwise, there's no sense in having one, in my opinion. Any other open mic items? Brandy.
I am not going to be able to do that on the 2040. Or Tom, do we want to swap, or is there somebody else that could do that?
No, I would try it, as long as there's like a script I can kind of
Oh,
follow.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a presentation.
Very good, Mike. We will get you a script.
Hey, Lynn, just a comment on the webpage.
Yes.
We really need it, because 13 years ago, that's how I found you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and maybe people are finding us and saying, well, if this group is 6 months behind, we really don't want to be a part of it. Also, that's a
because we
place.
spend time communicating on the radio, not on the
There
web.
you go.
Well, that's a good
Was that
spin.
for or against the webpage?
Yeah.
That's for having a webpage.
The other thing, when I send a notice out to about 200 hams about our swap and tell them to go to the web page to download their table reservation, you know, and it doesn't get there, that could hurt our number of tables. So,
Sure will.
you know, if we're not going to keep it updated, we may as well just drop it. Anything else for open mic? Tom?
Guys, anybody that's got grandkids or kids, you want one of these. They got a whole box of them from Hammond. You got a whole lot of stuff. And for all you guys that are still COVID active, he sent me a whole bag of these guys, COVID-19 nets. You can have them. Does anybody want those in these little boxes? I got probably 40 of them.
Those are good things to have. I'll take as many as you want to give away.
Okay, well, I'll probably put them in the bags there for each door prize. The door prizes are going to be thin this year. I sent out to MFJ hoping that they'd have, you know, some stuff. I haven't heard from them, and so I'm guessing that that's down the drain. The door prizes, we haven't really got that much. We've got a lot of stuff like this. Okay, I've got chapstick, a whole bag of it from ICOM, but it's stuff that really, you know, is imperative or for ham radio. No. Yeah.
DX Engineering?
Pardon?
Contact DX Engineering? They're
Yeah.
usually good for gift certificate.
Yes, I did. I think we got that from them, yes.
And
The ones that we normally get, yes, but there's some that, some of them are gone. I mean, they don't exist anymore.
And I'll follow up with the ARRL.
Yeah, I know that. We usually get, and Roger usually, we buy a couple from Roger. But, anybody that wants these boxes, I'm gonna probably have them out on the table for people. I'm gonna put them in the bags at the door, or for the door prizes. Everybody will get one or two. Whatever's left, then you guys can take what you need. Like I said, I think I got 40 of these in a box. We got like tablet papers and pens and that kind of stuff from MFJ, from ICOM. Okay, so I don't know, I'd probably just put those out on the table.
Put those out there. But if these door prizes are considered to be cheap and, you know, cheesy, they won't have any value. Just put them out on stuff like the chapstick. I mean, if I go to a swap and I get a chapstick for a penny, it's just so unless we have some really decent gifts, I would just say put them out on the table, let people grab them. So gift certificates are good. Also, we are going again with a $150 gift certificate instead of a 2-meter monoband transceiver.
You can't even buy one for $150.
No.
Yeah. So, $150 gift certificate will be the grand prize.
I'll put these out for people if they have, because if you guys want them for your grandkids, or like
How many do you have?
Oh, I don't know, there's probably a dozen.
Save them for Lake Macatawa Trail Middle School after-school activity.
Hey, that would be a great idea. I was gonna give them to
Give
somebody.
them to the kids that sign up for a ham radio class.
All right,
Okay?
I don't know, you wanna test one?
Not in here, guys. All right, not in here. All right, we've got the net controls are all set. Old business, new business. Let's take a break. Get a ticket. Refresh your coffee. Make yourself known to Bill, to Scott, and to Ed, would you please? Okay, 5 minutes and we're going to have a great program. Right, Jordan? All right.
Talk to my daughter. Oh, okay. Okay. You're gonna be the one that, communication. My wife.
I'll get that.
I wasn't sure I
Ed, are you active?
To have like 10 people in it, only 3 of us ended up there, so we tried to figure out how we can make all the decisions. Unfortunately, oh no, we could make lots of the decisions, but there was only 3 of us, so nobody was gonna listen to it.
All right. I think it's great when one of our newest members and brand new hams steps up to the plate to do a program, and that's a little plug. We've got 6 months of programming, July on, that we need some volunteers. And you've got no excuse tonight. If Jordan, Kate, F-A-D-I-J, who's been a ham for how many hours?
1 month.
1 month? If he can do it, you can do it. And remember, if you just want to find a really interesting video, that's a program. So step up to the plate. Let's give a big welcome to Jordan.
Thank you very much. So Meshtastic is a, well, here, I'll just read it. This is the thing from their website. I stole all of this from meshtastic.org. So it's a project that enables you to use inexpensive LoRa radios. It's a long-range off-grid communications platform without any existing infrastructure. So a little show and tell. I'll pass this around, but this is one of the radios. It is $15. Range, it's line of sight, but it's 900 megahertz, 950 megahertz. So you can go pretty far with no license. This is all license free.
$15. I could afford that.
And then in the gray packet there is a GPS module that you could attach to it. I don't know where my soldering iron is. I just moved. So how this works is these nodes all talk to each other. There is no cell tower or satellite or anything. It's just the nodes themselves. So got two of them here tonight. One over there, go around the room, it doesn't matter where it is, and then this one here. And then you communicate to those with either a phone, tablet, computer, whatever you have, not using internet at all. You can use internet, but you don't have to. And these, by default, they go with 3 hops. So you can go from 1, it'll repeat 2 times. So again, using 915 megahertz, they can relay to other nodes. And these messages are written, viewed on devices. There is a screen on there, so you can read the message that you get if it's short enough. And then the longest communication that was done with these, recorded, is 205 miles.
Oh, that's cool. Holy cow.
And this is pictures of their setup. It's on meshtastic.org if you want to look into it more. But they've got their node up on a tower, probably on a mountain. But then they've got my pointer going to work. Kind of. So their node's up there in this box, and they've got the antenna hanging down. And these things, they're very low power. You could do solar power with these very easily. And then they've got batteries with them too. And then this is on the other end with a solar panel. This is a map they showed about where they are. I don't know where this is. I should look that up. Sorry. Then this is kind of their terrain they've got around them, so they can see what kind of they're working with there. And then this is their interface that you've got on the phone to show your messages. They do Android, iOS. There are apps for both. And there are tons of different devices. That's just the most popular one. That one's based on ESP32 chip with LoRa's proprietary, by the way. It's not an open standard, so there are only a couple of chips that do it. But that's one of the different things that's there. But you can get all kinds of different devices, ones that even have their own screen and keyboard on them, so you don't even need your phone or other device to look at your messages or write messages.
Am I using an app or am I using just messages on it?
It is an app. I will show you.
Does your device count as a hop?
No. No, it does not. So there's no one else in town with these that I found, at least. So it's just me talking to myself.
These would be cool to buy for your class you're going to do.
I was thinking the same thing.
Cheap and every kid can have one. Take one home.
And we thought passing notes in school was taking paper and folding it up.
So there are other ways to do this. I mean, Nintendo did something with their DS models. You could send messages to each other. You could use APRS, go a lot further. But this is license free. So this is the app that I've got running here on Android. You can connect to only one radio at a time. So I've got 2. They'll talk to each other, but I can't see what the other one's doing. So with this, you can do all of your configuration, set up however you want. You can connect external devices, so you can get a notification with a buzzer or an LED or whatever else you want. I saw a demonstration where they triggered a railgun with the Meshtastic message, which is an interesting use case. But I also mentioned the GPS sensor, so if you have these, you can take it out with you if you're doing parks in the air or summits on the air and you're by yourself. It will transmit your location to your other node or to other people around you, so that if you get lost and stuff gets damaged and you don't have 3 or 4 radios with you, this would help people find you. So you don't have to share your position either. Right now I'm not. It can either get your position from your mobile device or from that GPS sensor. And for a size comparison, this is a full-size Raspberry Pi. This is one of those nodes.
Wow.
So,
And a cost comparison.
well, I don't know what these cost now, but
About $80.
yeah.
You say there's nobody else in Cadillac, though?
Not yet.
have some, I just haven't used them.
Well,
I
see?
experimented with them, but they didn't have enough gain for where I wanted to use them.
Yeah. Most of the time, these antennas that come with them, I don't have nano VNA or anything that would do this, but they're not even tuned for 915 megahertz, the cheap ones. So if you got an antenna that was actually tuned properly, you could get a lot farther. The most I got with these is a mile, but that was sitting on the ground. So I didn't have any elevation between them, and there are houses and trees and all kinds of other junk. So what you would actually do with these in this interface is you have channels set up. The default channel is long fast. That is one that comes baked into the OS. Or an OS, it's a firmware. It comes baked in. A lot of units are just going to leave that there. And that's how you expand the mesh. So they can talk to each other. You can go as far as you need to.
FYI, it runs from 905 to 928, and you've got 102 or 104 memory slots, and only use one. Wow.
Yeah.
So there's room to grow.
Tons. And there is a ham mode now too. So you can run in a licensed format and reduce the or remove the power restrictions, but then you can't use encryption. All these messages are encrypted by default. And you have to identify somehow. I'm not sure how you do that.
The software, I think you can import your call sign, I think it does for you in the messages, I think in the settings. Cool. If I'm not mistaken.
But flip side, anything that's legally used in amateur radio is 1,500 watts. So if you got the chops to do that, 1,500 watts include them.
Yeah, but the Meshtastic itself is not licensed. I mean,
No.
you just, wow, anybody can use it.
Anyone can use it, completely license free. And then you can send messages to different channels. So you could, however many channels you want to configure, or you could send messages to each unit individually. So from that one, I can send a message to this one, and I don't know what symbol that was. But when you get this check down here, that is an indication that it was received, confirmation that it was passed to the destination and not just spread out there. So that's what most of the time this is going to do, just messages between units. But if you use the MQTT feature, you can connect it to the internet and send through the internet to whatever node you want. So that
What's
expands.
the data throughput from node to node, you know?
Tiny. We're talking single kilobits per second, depending on which channel speed you go to. So if, like, Hamvention, a lot of people brought these to Hamvention, and they had an issue where they just crashed. Everything broke because everyone was keeping it on the default long, slow. But if you change your channel to, oh, there's the amateur radio mode. You change your channel to, alright, I'll just make a new one. Alright, I don't know where it went. But if you change it to very short fast, you can get 20 kilobits per second, but your range is significantly lowered. So you're not going to send images or video or even audio. But yeah. Yep. Let's see. What else can we do? Oh, you can also plug in different modules. So say you have an orchard or fields or something. You want to get crop conditions, humidity, temperature, whatever sensor you have. You can have these nodes send those to a router node. You have up high, and then they get to wherever you need to go. So, or if you have a long driveway, you can put a motion sensor at the end. You know, I'm going to get Wi-Fi down there. So, something like that. Yeah.
So
that's
use
pretty much
Wi-Fi. If I don't use the internet, I'm using what, a cell tower?
No.
No, I can go directly to the unit.
Yep.
Essentially.
You go straight from node to node.
Okay.
Yes. So if you had some height, you'd probably get 5 kilometers real easy with just the default stuff. But if you wanted to get really far and go to custom antennas.
How did you get interested in this?
Saw a video on, I don't know if it was Ham Radio Crash Course or Jeff Geerling. one of those channels decide to buy some and play around with it.
That's cool. Thank you.
Ken had a great idea, I think, and that is if we do this after-school activity for middle school kids with middle school kids, I mean, we can get a grant to buy each one of them one of these.
You could, yeah. It is very early in the development. Well, I mean, it's been going on for a while, but it's not the most reliable.
So if we did that, would you come volunteer to demonstrate?
Maybe.
I think that's a good idea, but it almost feels like we need to have an application, like
Yeah.
you're making a motion sensor for your bedroom door, or you're doing something.
Yeah, we can do
It would
that.
have to be very thought out.
Mm.
But the goal would have to be,
Yeah.
just to get some
Don't
stuff.
use
No,
CCTV
no,
films.
they have to be able to. Any other questions?
Come on, you got it more than one.
Where'd you purchase these at?
These were all from Amazon, but you could get them just about any. Mouser has them, DigiKey.
From the freeware stuff, is there any restriction as far as types of antenna and gaming stuff, or is it just what you can afford to do?
Well, yes, there is. I don't know those specifications right now, but
I know you can't change the RF out,
yeah, I think
unless you're huge.
you couldn't do more than 3 dB gain on your antenna. So, yeah. And stay legal.
And stay with it.
Given how new this is there like one application that it's being used for more, like the motion sensors or those types of things? I mean, it feels like an extended Bluetooth range for those types of, for that type of task, but are there other things that they've created?
There are integrations. So one is the Android Team Awareness Kit. So if you have the position enabled, you can get a small map of where your team is. So if you're a search party, or if you're playing paintball or something where you need to know the location of your people, that could be useful.
I have seen them before, at least, I don't know how widely, but they have tried to prove the concept in like disaster areas as well, to reconnect communities, just because they're so cheap. And when they start getting that many of them deployed, it creates quite a big mesh, and actually covers a big area. I've seen them try to use it for that before, with hurricane areas or stuff.
Something, if you choose to stay in your home, you must wear this so that we can find you.
Maybe. They didn't put it that way. They were a little more sunshine and daisies will help you, but I can't attest.
No, honestly, if you had a group of volunteers that were out searching an area for a lost kid, and each of your volunteers had something so you could see which grid they were in, or where people were. At least it might be easier for somebody to keep track of what areas have already been searched.
Absolutely.
More real time.
Yeah. And most of the use case is just going to be sending messages. But yeah, that's
Hopefully the
that's
message is we found you.
Yes. Yeah. And the batteries on these, with these modules, they're 15-ish hours, so not great. But you could do better batteries, you could do solar, you could do a different module like, I turned it off, but there are some of these modules that have much more power efficient processors in them, so you can get multiple days instead of just half a one.
Thank you very much. Let's give a big hand. Appreciate it.
That brings up a question. On the radio that I listen to at work, they are advertising on a radio that families can get and talk back and forth. They don't say there's a license for it or anything.
Would that be rapid radio?
Rapid
radio, yeah. Isn't that a form of GMRS?
It runs off LTE.
Yeah.
But they do also have a tubing sense, so you have to have a bunch of
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I wondered.
All right, check your tickets.
Last three digits, 756.
Oh, two away.
Oh, look at there. Oh. All right, hey, meeting's adjourned, but if you want to stick around, get to know our new guys, ask some more questions of Jordan,
3 1 2 quarters.
and we'll see you next week, next month.